and then I snatched his soul right out of his body. Let's roll the best intro in the watch game, and we'll talk about it. Boom! Cheers, family. Welcome back, family. I am Richard Prophet, the last dragon, and this is the Apex Predator. Let me shut this down for a quick second. What's up? Welcome back, family. Welcome back to the Prophet Rolex and Real Estate channel. Welcome back, family. It's good to have you back. It's good to be back. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I wanted to film this video tonight before I lost the emotion. So I wanted to get on it tonight. So we're gonna jump right into it. One of my favorite cups here. If you know the place, you know the place. So by the cup, you should know I am still in Florida. So at this point, I've become what they call a snowbird. So I'm in New York. For the summer and spring, basically, and I'm in Florida for the winter and fall. I came to Florida a little earlier, but hey, it is what it is. But actually, I have to go back to New York. We've been here about 2.5 months now, 3 months, going on 3 months. But I have to go back to New York because I got some projects that need me to attend to it. So I got three projects that I've been procrastinating on, but now they're starting to cost me more and more money. So I really got to get on them. Home heating oil is crazy now in New York. So I don't know. It's going to be a cold winter in New York. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, all right. So let's get into today's video. This is what we on tonight. Oh, look. Let me show you this. Before we get started, just pick this up for my boys in New York. Once I get back, we are gonna drink this. This is a rare Japanese whiskey. It's hard to get, so I found it out here. So I picked it up right away. Ooh, look how cool that bottle is. It's a Samurai Warrior. Oh man, I think I covered the mic, but. All right, it's pretty cool. So we picked that up. Can't wait to drink that with my boys back in New York. All right, so anyway, today's video. Let's pour a nice little drop real quick. As you know, we no longer drink 12. It's only 14 and older. 15 for me is the sweet spot, but we don't drink anything less than 14 years old. Actually, the other day I went to my boys, one of my 4 quarters baby shower, and I had brought with me I brought for him. Aside from the baby shower gift, I just bought a bottle for us. It was what was it? It was an 18-year-old. Was it 18 or was it 21? No, it was 21. A 21-year-old Balvenie. Actually, I posted it on my Instagram. I'll leave a picture of it here at the end of this video. But it was a 21-year-old bottle of Balvenie. Oh man, that is probably without a doubt Don't get me wrong, I love Glenfiddich. But that 21-year-old bottle of Balvenie, that was probably the best scotch I have ever had. If you get a chance, check that out. It's not for everyday drinking because it's kind of pricey, but you know, on the weekends or special occasion or whatever, or maybe once a month, I'm definitely going to throw it in rotation. Now, it's a fantastic drop. It is probably the best scotch I've ever had. Yeah, check that out, Balvenie 21. Cheers, family. All right, for today's video, so let's get started. So the last time I was in New York, my appraiser kind of got me and my banker into gold coins, into collecting gold coins, right? Well, silver and gold coins. I really can't find myself really trying to collect silver because I think to really see, you know, you have to get a lot of silver, and I don't want to store all that silver, you know. So he's kept pushing us, and everybody in the world is saying, oh, you should have some of your portfolio in precious metals, in gold specifically, blah blah blah. Gold in particular, you get gold. So you know, he's been bugging us for a while. So me and my buddy said, you know what? We're going to listen to him and we're going to let you take us to your gold dealer. So that was back in New York. I posted that video. I posted that video before I took you on the cover. I showed you the exact setup. And if you're here watching this video, you have access. You have total security clearance to go see that video. I'll post it here at the end of this video. You can check that out right after this one. That is at a gold bullion dealer in New York. So boom, we buy some gold bullion in coins, actual coins, gold coins. First time doing it, never done it before, whatever. Okay. So yeah, we bought some gold coins. So now he planted that bug in my ear. So now I'm in Miami. I've been here a couple of months or whatever. I scouted out a coin dealer here, gold dealer. Check their reviews, fantastic reviews. They've been there 40 years or whatever. So I figured, while I'm here, you know, every month I'll pick up a few coins or whatever. So far I've picked up, this is my Miami squad. Oh, as you can tell, we're still in my Miami condo in Brickell, Miami, right? So I'm going to show you my Miami squad. I got my New York gold. Is still back in New York, but this is my Miami squad that I've picked up while I've been here. All right, so also I picked up these capsules while we got here, these airtight capsules. So you got a all ounce. I only buy 1 ounce coins. So you got a 1 ounce Buffalo, American Buffalo. You got another ounce Buffalo, so we got 2 ounce Buffaloes. We got 2 Buffaloes. Oh no. We got a 3rd Buffalo. I gotta get some more capsules. So we got 3 Buffaloes. What else we have? Let me see. So we got 3 Buffaloes. 3 Oh, we got a maple leaf. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got 2 maple leaves. Actually, I picked up this maple leaf here, and this Buffalo, actually. All right, that's why it's not in the capsule. So I picked up this maple leaf and this, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't the Buffalo. It was this maple leaf. Oh yeah, I just put it in this because I took my Buffalo out that I bought the other day, and I put this into this removable capsule. So we picked up this maple leaf and this eagle, this American eagle today. These two we picked up today. And this, for those of you that know, that coin collect, that gold collect, that gold stack, whatever you call it, this is the most popular gold coin in the entire world right now. The American gold 1 ounce eagle. Most popular gold bullion coin in the entire world. So we got one of those. We picked that up today with this gold maple. So we got 2 maples so far. Got 2 maples. All right, so we got 2 maples. Oh, okay. We also picked up a Krugerrand. How many Krugerrands do I have? Thought I had. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got 2 Krugerrands. Two Krugerrands. So we got 2 Krugerrands, 3 American Buffaloes, 2 maples, and 1 American Eagle so far. So that's my Miami lineup. That's my Miami squad. Yeah, this is the Miami squad. My New York squad is, so this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 pieces here, 8 ounces. In New York, I believe I have 6 ounces, 6 or 7, 7 maybe. So yeah, actually Miami. So now we have a little more than we have in New York. But so maybe when we go back, we got to change that. It's the American Eagle. This is actually the newer one where it has the big eagle head on the back. The other one had like the eagle flying. This one has the big eagle head. All right, so yeah, that's my Miami lineup. So the 2 that I picked up today, right? So I go to this gold dealer, right? Well, it's coin shop, and they've been there 40 years, whatever. They got great reviews, and I give you a little. Let me give you the vision, right? So to go in, it's a door. You got to ring yourself in. It's like a jewelry store, right? You got to buzz in. They say, please ring the bell to come in. Ring the bell. They get me in. Then there's a big glass, big glass window, security window, and the chef, and then a metal door here on the right. And the guy says, come through the door. Come through the door. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna have to deal, So okay, boom, come in. So you come in the shop, and in the shop there's no glass or nothing. There's just so there's another. So I come in like this with my right to them. Right, so there's another customer here. There's an older guy and there's a younger guy, right? Quickly, I realized that the younger guy is the the worker. The older guy is the owner, and the other guy on this side is another customer like me, right? So I walk in and I'm like, yeah, and the younger guy, and he comes over, he starts talking, and I immediately know that I want to deal with the owner, right? Because the decisions are made with the owner, right? The deals are made with the owner. So, and if you know me, you know that anything I shop for, I'm looking for a deal. If I can't get a deal, I really don't want it. It's just in me. I need the deal. So anyway, the guy comes over to me, the younger guy. He starts talking. I say, hey, do you have any gold? Do you have any gold coins? He takes me over to the middle counter, the middle display case, where the actual other customer is, this big fat guy. And he goes, oh yeah, they're over here. And I go, okay. And he starts talking. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna look for a while. All right, so he walks away. And there's this big fat guy, and then there's the owner behind the counter. And I notice right away, I mean, they're big guys, we're all big guys in the store, right? So I know to accept the worker, but the owner, the customer, and myself, we're bigger guys. So the customer is the chatty patty. He's like talking blah 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 blah, right? But immediately, like I've said in previous videos, when I was young, I used to be into sneakers. So whenever I would walk in, see anybody, my head would go down immediately, and I would look at their sneakers, right? Because I was into sneakers. But now I'm the last dragon, right? So I got to look at your watch. Right away, wrist wear is a must. So I look at the watches. The owner has a Rolex on. The customer has a Rolex on, right? So the owner has a Datejust on a Jubilee band, which looks to be old, right? Not because it's beat up, but old because it's an older fashion, smaller, maybe 36 millimeter, right? And the customer has on a Rolex Bluesy, the landlord Bluesy, the friendliest Rolex in the world. And he's a chatty patty. He's talking it up. Yeah, blah 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 blah. And he's talking it up. Blah 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 blah. He's like, and he tells the owner, right? So I'm there, and I'm just hanging out. I already spot out the gold coins. I see they have the supply is actually very limited, and we'll get into that later. But they only have like 3 coins. So actually, and I bought 2 of them. The other one was a Mexican thing. It was a little bigger. I'm not really familiar with that coin yet. It was actually more than 1 ounce. So I just want to keep my purchasing to the 1 ounce size. You know, I'm not a gold buff. I'm not a coin collector. I really don't know about that, all that, the different weights and all that. But I know that gold is priced in ounces. So if I stay in the 1 ounce range, I'm good. So I want to stay. I don't want to go under an ounce, and I don't want to go over an ounce. I just want to have 1 ounce pieces and keep it that way. Just for me, it just seems like the right thing to do for me. So anyway, so I didn't pick up the Mexican one. It was like a bigger coin, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's 1 ounce plus blah blah blah." I said, "You know what? I'll just take the 2 1 ounce coins." But anyway, we'll get to that. So anyway. So the guy, the chatty patty, is chatting it up with the owner, right? And he's like, let me see, do you have any 10 ounce silver bars? And the owner was like, yeah, we got them. And he went over there, he pulled out a couple, and he showed it to him. And he was like, how much are they or whatever? And I don't know. Off the top of my head, I think he said they were like 200 and something dollars. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but it was like 200 and something dollars, right? Because the ounce of silver right now, I think it was like $20 or $17, something like that. And then the premium. Premium means the dealer's profit, what they charge over whatever the spot price of silver is that day. Spot price means whatever the market price for silver that day is. So how these dealers work is they take the spot price and they say, okay, the premium over that is their profit, and that's what you have to pay. So on these 10 ounce silver bars, he told them that the premium was like, I don't know, like $5 or $10 or something. And the guy takes out his phone, the big fat guy, he takes out his phone and he's doing this math. He's doing all these calculations or whatever he's doing. And he's like, oh, but that's 30% over. 30% over. And the guy was like, yeah, well, he's talking. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yo, that's only $5. It's $5. You $5, $8, whatever it was. I mean, you're coming in here, you're wasting this man's time. You're pretending you're a precious metal collector, and you're arguing for $5. It's $5, and it's crazy, right? Because listen to what we said earlier. So the owner tells him, oh man, remember what watch the customer was wearing. Remember the watch he was wearing. So the owner tells him, yo, man, you wearing a Rolex. You know, you got a Rolex on your wrist and you're bitching over $5, whatever it was, $5. And the guy was like, ah, ha, 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 ha. He starts laughing like he's a big shot, right? And the owner also showed his Rolex. He was like, look, I've had this watch. I bought it in the early 80s. I bought it from Rolex. Back then it was like $1,200. And look how many years I got it. It's still working. It was a steel Datejust on a Jubilee. It was a steel Datejust on the Jubilee. I believe it was. It had to be about 36 millimeters. It could have been 34, but it was probably 36 millimeters. And it looked like it was in great condition. He looked like he had it in great condition. He probably wore it every day for, since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, look how much it appreciated. I bought it from Rolex in the 80s for like $1,200. And look at it now. And the other guy was like, yeah, look, I got. And you know what's funny? I knew that the owner was going to make reference to this guy's Rolex. Why? Because he's wearing the landlord bluesy, right? The two-tone bluesy, Rolex bluesy. That is the friendliest watch in the world. I've made a video about that before. Go check that out. Rolex, the friendliest watch in the world. That watch, without a doubt, whenever you wear that watch, it's going to start a conversation, man. That watch is a conversation starter. That is the friendliest watch in the world, without a doubt. I'll check out that video. I'll leave it at the end here too. So anyway, so that guy, the big fat guy, starts saying, hey, yeah, this watch or whatever. I bought it in the late 80s, right? Check this out. He said, I bought it in the late 80s. And I paid like $8,000 for it. Pay attention to that number. I paid $8,000 for it. And yeah, it's still running now. And now it probably goes for like $12,000. First of all, I understand you got the friendliest Rolex in the world. I understand that. Congratulations to you. So he bought in the late 80s, so that means it's not the ceramic, it's the aluminum insert, right? And I had that watch. That was my first Rolex. If you follow the channel, you know that was my first Rolex back in the day. I had that watch, and mine's I got in the early 90s, right? And that watch was not, I got it, it fell off the UPS truck, right? So I got it half price of what it was going for. So it was not in the late 80s, it was not $8,000. In the early 90s, late 80s, that watch was $3,500. All right, it became $8,000 much later on. I believe in the 2000s, it hit 8,000. Yeah, and now, that watch, Landlord Bluesy new, at your AD is probably about 15, 16 grand. So obviously he didn't know what he was talking about. So he obviously bought that watch used from a gray market dealer, probably somewhere before 2016. There's no way he bought that in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, because he would have known what he paid for it. So he bought it before 2016, obviously. So it was the aluminum bezel. He probably $8,000. He probably paid that. He probably got that watch anywhere from 2010 to 2014, 2008 to 2014. Around that range, I would say he got that watch. So yeah, that was his first mistake. And then he keeps on, and I'm hearing them talk Rolex talk, and I'm not getting involved. I'm like looking at the little gold pieces. The kid gives me the gold pieces to look at. He gives me all three, so I'm just checking out the 1 ounce ones that I'm interested in. And they're talking about Rolex or whatever. And then the big fat guy, he says, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So he's like a real chatty guy. He's a real chatty catty, right? And he's like, yeah, and this is the best Rolex. Because the owner was showing him his, and he was like, no, this is the best Rolex. I guess because his was two-toned and the owner's was all steel. He was like, this is the best Rolex. You can't get better than this. And he was showing the bracelet because it had gold inside. And I had to jump in, you know, and I had to jump. That's where he called the dragon in, you know what I mean? That was my cue to jump in the ring. Ding, ding, the dragon is in the ring. So I comes in and he says, oh, this is the best Rolex. And I look and I say, and I move closer to him and I say, no, it's not. And I go, yo, I flex the apex predator on him. And so the owner was looking, the owner's over the counter, the owner's looking, this guy he looks down, he looks down and he goes, oh, yo, I kid you not, I'm telling you right now, he went, like, and I looked at him, and I like snatched his soul from his body. You know how when something's falling and you catch the tail end of it real quick and you pick it up before it completely drops. He went, oh, and I snatched his soul right out of his body, and he went. He let like an asthma, like he was wheezing, like he let an asthma exhale out. Yo, it was so crazy. Once I showed them the apex predator, he like, it like, I'm telling you, he turned into a zombie. He completely shut up, and he didn't have anything to say. Yo, he didn't have anything to say for the rest of the time I was there. I really pissed me off that I didn't film it. But, you know, they have big signs in the window, no filming allowed, this and that, this and that. I really don't care, but I didn't think that an event like this was going to happen to me at this gold play, at this coin dealer. You know, I snatched his soul right out of his body. It was a heavenly event. The apex predator is taking souls and snatching souls. So after that, he stood back. No lie, this is serious. He had nothing else to say. He was just there, panting. He couldn't get his eyes off of my watch, and it's like he hung on every word that I said. From that moment on, me and the owner started conversing. He was like, oh yeah, that's a beautiful watch, they're very expensive now, blah blah blah, and they're going up. Yeah, those are actually rare. You know, you don't see many of those people wearing them, blah 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 blah. So we talk, we conversing, boom boom boom, and then the owner comes up with all these stories. So I'm like, yeah, so you know, so I just want to pick his brain to see what he's talking about. Maybe I can get something from him. So I'm like, yeah, do you think gold's a good investment right now? This and that. He's like, yeah, you know, I think everybody should have gold in their portfolio, you know, have some real estate, have some stocks and bonds, and have some gold. Definitely, because, you know, if you bought gold back in 2019, 2018, you know, and look at the price now, the price is like, I don't know, today, I bought it at like $16.65 plus the premium, whatever it was. And look at the price now, you would have made $200-300 a coin. And I'm like, and this is what baffled me. He was like, oh yeah, it's better than real estate, it's better than this. And I'm like, I mean, I like gold, don't get me wrong, but obviously this guy didn't know what he was talking about when it came to real estate, because 2019 was the beginning of you know, the run. that we had, especially here in Florida. 2019, when I bought a project, when I bought a deal in North Miami, no one wanted it. No one wanted it, and we bought it. It closed in 2019, and after that, it was an upward trajectory. 2019 was the beginning of the shoot up. So, if you would have took, let's say you would have bought, I don't know, $25,000 worth of gold coins, and you would have took that same 25,000, put it on a down payment on a small little, little condo or whatever. Yeah, your gold would have went up. Sure, you would have made a few $1,000s, but the real estate number would have been way more the multiple than that. So he really didn't know what he was talking about in that aspect, right? So, and then he said something else. He said something else that because look, they printed trillions of dollars, and I said, yeah, right. So, and now again, don't forget, the big fat guy had nothing else to say. He was just in the corner panting, frozen. So then me and the owner still conversing, and he was like, look, they printed trillions of dollars during the craze, right? Okay. All right. And he goes, so now you go to everybody's house and you go, how many gold coins you got? How many gold coins you got? How many? And some people might have two. Most people will have one. Some people won't have any, right? So we don't have enough gold coins for everybody in the country. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, they got to go up. And I'm like, first of all, what does that matter? We're not on the gold standard anymore. So everybody doesn't have gold coins. Okay, they don't need them. We are on fiat currency. You don't need a gold coin to do anything. There's no, it's just something that you want to either A, collect, or B, store, because, so what that got me thinking was, most people don't know anything about money, right? Like they're very limited on what they know about money. Gold is not something you buy to gold bullion. I mean gold jewelry. I mean gold bullion coins. Gold is not something you buy to, you think it's going to go up, in value, skyrocket in value. Yeah, it goes up over time, right? But it is something that you buy that it's not going to lose value. Like you can buy, $2,000 worth of stock, and that stock can shoot down to $500, or it can go up to $3,000, right? But gold is something you buy for $2,000. And, it might go up to $2,300, $2,400, $2,500 over time, but it's not going to go down to $500. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not going to be worthless overnight, like, some other fiat currency in another part of the world. So gold is something you buy. This is what I've came to realize, to store your value. Like, it's not fiat. It's actually something. It's money worldwide. It's as a matter of fact, look, when I said that this is a South African Krugerrand, I think this was probably one of the first gold coins, I believe, the South African Krugerrand, and it was the most popular gold coin for many years, until the American Eagle toppled it. So the South African Krugerrand. So yeah, gold is a store of value. You put 100 grand in gold coins, over time, your 100 grand will be worth a little more. But your 100 grand will never be worth 50. That is the reason why now I realize why wealthy people buy gold, add gold to their portfolio. It's not because they think it's going to go exponentially up and they're going to make a ton of money. It's so they don't lose any money. Gold is a store of value. It is not a wealth vehicle. It is a store of value. Understand that. It doesn't pay a dividend and it's not going to triple overnight, but you're not going to lose any money. And you know, when you start making some money, that becomes a big thing. You got money that you invest, you got money that you spend, you got money that, you know, you take care of your family and friends with, you got money that you donate, but you also have some cash where, you know, you keep some in the bank, but you also want to store some value where it's not easily spendable. I mean, gold is liquid, don't get me wrong, but it's not like your wife can't grab it and run to and yeah, you know exactly what I'm saying. So it's a store of value and it's not gonna become worthless overnight. You know what I mean? Like if you follow any world currency or whatever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People in other countries, their money in the bank became worthless overnight. Or if there's you know, a bank freeze and there's a run on the bank, you can't take any money out. This will always have value. So gold is a store of value. Do not confuse the two. Yeah, so I realized from my time there that that most people, even the shop owner's been in business 40 years. He knows all about gold, this and that, but he doesn't know about money. You know, and not many people know much about money, man. Not many people. You're gonna find people, they don't know much about money, man. You know, they don't know much about money, or you're gonna find somebody like this big fat guy that thought he knew what he was talking about. He was calculating on his phone. He was like, "Oh, but that's 30%. Yeah, it's 30%. You're talking mumbo jumbo because it's $5. Who gives a shit? You know, get out, man. You're gonna be calculating $5 here. You wasted my. Get out. You know." I went in. I picked out these two coins. So I got the maple leaf, and I got what I get. I got the eagle. Let me take it out of this capsule. Hold on a second. I got the eagle. This is my first eagle. I don't have an eagle in New York either. My first eagle. This is my. I have a few maple leaves. Like I got two here, but I got another one I got another two, I think, in New York. So yeah, I got a few maple, or one in New York. I don't know. I got a few maple leaves, but this is my first eagle, and this is pretty cool. But the premium on this, because it's so popular, is more than the premium on this, even though they're both 1 ounce of gold. So I paid, it was $16.65 an ounce, the spot price, and the premium on this was like $280. The premium on this was $180. So I ended up knocking the premium down on this to $160. I ended up knocking the premium down on this to I'm sorry, the premium on this was $280 and the premium on this was $180. I ended up knocking the premium down on this to $160 and I ended up knocking the premium down on this to $220. So that plus the daily cost, it came out to $37.10. Knocked off another 10, so I gave him 37 cash flat. So actually that took another 10 off of this, the premium. So I actually got this for over spot 210 and over spot 160. It wasn't too bad, you know, because these go over spot 280, 260 like that. I got it for 210. Wasn't too bad. And this was pretty good over spot 160. So I got them for $3,700. Pretty good. So I'm figuring they'll go to $2,000 or whatever. I calculate all my stuff at about $2,000 each. So I have what, 8 here, 8. And I got, I don't know, 6 or 7 back in New York. So I figure them all at about $2. So that is my gold bullion collection. I'm gonna keep buying. Because I kind of like them. I like handling them. I like when I'm on the desk, I keep one in my left hand. Yeah, when I'm doing business on my desk. So I like them, and they're liquid. They're cash. You can get out of them like that. You know, walk in the store, say, "Hey, I got 5 Krugerrands," like that. You're out, and you might even make a few dollars. So it's pretty cool about that. And your wife can't spend them. That's another fantastic part. Your wife can't spend them. Yeah, so today taught me a couple of things. Most people really don't know anything about money, and you'll be surprised. Even like a guy owns a gold shop for 40 years. He'll know all about gold, but he won't know, like he knew about in the 1930s, they confiscated your gold and all that. He knew all that. But he really doesn't know how money works. You know, most people don't. He really doesn't understand how money works, and I realized that just by speaking with him. And I pretty much knew that our topics of conversation was pretty much over after I realized where he was at with his financial knowledge, with his financial literacy. There was not much more we can talk about after I got the price that I was looking for on the gold pieces. And the other guy was just panting in the corner. He was a chatty patty. Now he was just panting in the corner. So I said, okay, you know, that's it. I'm going to go. All right, bye-bye. Thank you for your time. And I shook the owner's hand. And the chat, this guy is, I'm telling you, no lie, I wish I would have filmed it. This guy is still in the corner, soulless. He's there, soulless, like just hanging off my every word. And just he couldn't take his eyes off of my watch. And I was actually wearing a short sleeve shirt. But again, like it was to the right, so I turned, so I'm heading. So I get my little coins, I put them in my shirt, and the owner was very nice. He gave me like a little scale. I think I left it in the car for your coins to test if your coins were real. He gave me a couple of these capsules. He gave me this one, and he gave me which one was it? The airtight one. One of the airtight ones. I had a couple already, but something like this, airtight. So yeah, the owner was super cool, but so I'm heading to the door, and remember, they gotta buzz you out. They gotta buzz you out again. So I'm heading. I shake the owner's hand, and I'm heading to the door, and I put my hand on the lever, and they go beep. No, I put my hand on the lever, and I look at the owner so he can buzz me out. So I put my hand on the door, I look at the owner, and he goes, beep, he buzzes me out. And I look at the guy that's standing in the corner like this. I look at the guy, yo, I'm telling you, you had to be there. I wish I would have filmed it. But, so I put my hand on the handle, I look at the owner, he buzzes me. I look at the guy standing in the corner, the chatty patty, but had nothing else to say while I was there. I look at him as to like, I look at him, and it was like, I threw him his soul back. Yo, I put my hand on the handle of the door. I look at the owner, he beep. I look at the guy, and like, I tossed him his soul back, and he went. As soon as I looked at him, he went, wow. Yo! Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. His soul went back into his body. And he started talking again. He said, wow. And he was like that. I heard him start talking again. And I walked out. I had my coins. And I had the Apex Predator. I got in my car. I lit one up. And I headed home. Yo. So that's the story that happened to me today. It happened today. I wanted to share it with you today. I had to share it with somebody, man. It was kind of unbelievable. Like I knew the Apex Predator would like melt the whole scene, you know. I know it's the watch killer, but I didn't know I was gonna go around soul snatching. You know, I didn't know I would get on the scene and soul snatch. So this watch is actually dangerous. You know, you got to be careful when you take it out and who you show it to. You have to use it with caution. I think that this watch should probably come with a beware label, with a warning label, with some caution tape around the box. 'Cause this watch is dangerous. It's dangerous. It's angelic. It's collecting souls on the scene. I'm your host, Richard Prophet. This is the best watch channel on YouTube. You know why? Because I tell the truth. I tell you my life through my iPhone, and I share it with you here, man. If you've had a similar experience with your watch, please leave it in the comments below, and we'll talk about it, man. I'll hang out for a few, and we can have one, and we'll talk about it. Cheers, family. I'll take you out with the best outro in the watch game. Boom! Thanks, D.
If your scotch ain't old enough to drink, my four quarters ain't drinking it.
Cheers, family.